Town Road rapper Lil Nas X has been charged with battery on a police officer after he was arrested and hospitalized in Los Angeles.
Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. Nah. Hey. Can you do this dance with me? No. Let's take this picture.
All right. Where's the party?
You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear.
Looks like Katt Williams wasn't just talking crazy when he warned about those so-called humiliation rituals. Now the whispers in the streets are saying Lil Nas X is the newest celebrity spiraling after selling his soul for the spotlight.
Found Lil Nas X walking down the middle of the street, and when they approached him, he charged at them.
Fans are buzzing after shocking reports revealed that Lil Nas was actually arrested for attacking a police officer in Los Angeles during a wild late-night incident. Eyewitnesses claimed they spotted him wandering the streets in nothing but his underwear and a flashy pair of white cowboy boots. Yes, you read that right. People say he was moving erratic, muttering to himself, until cops pulled up to check what was going on. That's when things turned explosive, because allegedly, Lil Nas charged straight at the officers like he had nothing to lose. Police rushed him to a hospital afterward, and messy rumors immediately started spreading that he might have OD'd. But here's where it gets even shadier. Some fans are convinced the whole ordeal is nothing more than a staged PR stunt, timed perfectly as Lil Nas gears up to release his new album, Dream Boy. Still, others aren't buying that excuse, pointing out how reckless and dangerous the move would be if it's just for publicity. And the conspiracy theorists? They're pushing another angle entirely, saying Lil Nas hasn't been the same ever since that infamous video where he gave the devil a lap dance.
You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
At this point, people are saying Lil Nas might really be battling some serious mental health struggles. And Katt Williams is doubling down, claiming this is exactly what happens when you sell your soul to the devil.
Person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender.
Katt brought up all the moments fans still can't forget. Lil Nas giving that infamous lap dance to the devil, dropping those Satan sneakers laced with actual human blood, and even dressing up as a twisted version of Jesus. According to Katt, the bill has finally come due and the devil is here to collect.
Didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a you to you people, you to the Christians. Like, you know, it was not that. It was literally me saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like, that was like the whole thing. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first artist, and I won't be the last.
So what really happened the night everything went down? Early morning on August 21st, Lil Nas was spotted roaming Studio City alone, once again in nothing but his underwear and those same white cowboy boots. Witnesses say he was muttering about heading to some kind of party, but the behavior only got weirder. At one point, Lil Nas picked up a massive orange traffic cone, slammed it on his head like a crown, and strutted through the empty streets like he was putting on a show. Neighbors were shaken, and several different people ended up calling the cops. By the time police rolled up, TMZ reported that Lil Nas was walking right down the middle of the road, still acting erratic. But when officers tried to approach calmly, things flipped. Lil Nas allegedly lunged at them out of nowhere. They had no choice but to subdue him, throw on the cuffs, and call in paramedics for backup. Police on the scene claimed it looked like a possible overdose, so Lil Nas was rushed to the hospital right after the chaos.
It's not the first time this has happened for Lil Nas X. From what I have been told, Lil Nas X has gotten very, very high multiple times before, and stripped in the streets. Like this time he had drawers on, he had his little panties on, his tidy whities with no streaks. So he do got good hygiene. Although he is a bottom, so I would expect a bottom to have good hygiene, unless they're like a painter. But I don't think Lil Nas X is a painter. I would see I Show Speed as a painter, but not Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying too?
But just a day later, things took a darker turn. He was moved straight into Valley Jail in Van Nuys after being officially charged with battery on a police officer. Reports now say Lil Nas actually woke up in custody 24 hours after the arrest, facing allegations that he punched an officer in the face twice while storming through LA in nothing but underwear and cowboy boots.
Well, that being said, this is not his first time doing that. This is a common occurrence. They just so happen to have gotten this on film and sent it into the blogs. The people that were filming him were a part of his team. Like, this was leaked to the media on purpose. You understand? Like, the person he was pointing at holding the phone, like, give me your phone. Give me your, like, he knew who that was. Okay? Be very clear. That's not a random fan that just saw him down the street strutting. Because if you notice, when you look at the street is empty. Nobody's out there. So he had enough sense to take his out to an empty street where nobody would see him. But his team leaked that shit.
NBC News reported that when cops pulled up, Lil Nas didn't hesitate. He allegedly charged at them, threw the punches, and was only taken down after officers forced him to the ground. He was then rushed to the hospital under suspicion of overdosing, but after treatment, the 26-year-old was hauled off to jail. His reps have stayed completely silent, which is only making the rumors spin out of control. And here's where it gets even stranger. Fans are pointing out that nothing in the footage looks like an overdose at all. Instead, they're convinced something else is happening behind the scenes. One fan bluntly wrote, "He is having a mental breakdown. I don't think it's drugs. I think he's losing his mind." Another jumped in saying, "I wonder if he literally just escaped an industry party."
Moving right along from that, why is he wigging out like this? Is this the Illuminati? Is this MK Ultra mind control? Baby, this ain't none of that. What I've been told is that Lil Nas X is broke. His music label ain't paying no attention to him, and he may eventually be dropped here pretty soon. Here's the thing, right? Lil Nas X has been struggling for money ever since he changed management teams some years ago. If you remember, he came into the game and he was like, Old Town Country Road, and he was country. By the way, Montero, had you remained country and just held on to this for the last, 6-7 years or whatever, however long it's been that you've been famous, by now your could have.
And despite the shocking details, there are still plenty of fans insisting this is just another carefully planned stunt. Some fans are dead set on believing this whole meltdown is nothing more than a flashy marketing stunt for Lil Nas X's new album. But let's be real, punching a cop doesn't exactly scream album promo. Something about this situation just isn't adding up. And that's where Katt Williams slides back into the picture. People online are now saying this is more proof that Katt was telling the truth when he warned about the dark rituals running Hollywood. Katt's theory is chilling. These stars aren't in full control of their own careers. They're being used as pawns to push hidden agendas. And the moment they stop playing by the rules or try to break free, suddenly you see the same patterns: suspicious overdoses, public breakdowns, and humiliating arrests splashed all over the news. Now, some will laugh this off as conspiracy talk, but let's break it down. Humiliation has always been a tool of power. It's about control, and control is always linked to profit. If a celebrity is forced into an embarrassing or compromising position behind closed doors, that dirt becomes leverage. Suddenly, the artist knows that the same people cutting their checks could ruin their entire career with one leaked video or headline. That fear keeps them locked in line. And the cycle is brutal. It's monetize and traumatize. As Kanye once said, the industry profits off the artist's talent, then throws them into chaos to keep them compliant. Trauma becomes the leash, humiliation becomes the collar, and the machine just keeps cashing in. The receipts are everywhere once you start connecting the dots. Take Britney Spears. Back in the late 2000s, the media painted her as unstable, turning her every move into a tabloid circus. But behind the scenes, insiders say she was being pumped full of heavy meds, while her own kids were allegedly used against her as leverage. All the while, her handlers were raking in millions by keeping her trapped under control. Then there's Amanda Bynes, whose public unraveling followed the same chilling pattern. Every court date, every strange social media moment turned into a public freak show for people to laugh at, while the system behind her quietly pulled the strings. And it hasn't stopped there. Fast forward to today, and you've got stars like Doja Cat, Sam Smith, and of course Lil Nas X, constantly making headlines with shocking, bizarre humiliation stunts that fans can't stop talking about. Whether you believe in occult rituals or not, one thing is clear: public humiliation is the entertainment industry's favorite money-making machine. But when it comes to Lil Nas, some say it goes way deeper. His entire rise to fame exploded the moment he leaned into satanic imagery and religious mockery. It started with Montero, Call Me By Your Name, where he literally gave the devil a lap dance before snapping his neck and stealing the throne. That same year, Lil Nas shook the world again when he announced Satan's shoes, black sneakers decked out with a bronze pentagram, an inverted cross, and yes, even a drop of real human blood. And the wildest part? Those shoes sold out instantly, proving that controversy was his most powerful currency. Those infamous sneakers hit the market at a jaw-dropping $1,018 a pair, an intentional nod to a Bible verse that reads, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." And the details were even darker. Each air bubble in the shoe held about 2 ounces of red ink, mixed with a single drop of actual human blood. The New York-based art collective MSCHF, who partnered with Lil Nas on the design, even bragged that the blood came straight from their own team members. The stunt caused immediate outrage. Religious groups, parents, and church leaders slammed the shoes as blasphemous. But instead of backing down, Lil Nas doubled down with mockery. He dropped a fake apology video that suddenly cut to a clip from his Montero music video, showing him giving the devil a lap dance before snatching his crown. When critics came at him, Lil Nas clapped back hard. He argued he never cared about religious outrage because, in his words, the church community never accepted him in the first place. On X, he wrote, "I spent my entire teenage years hating myself because of the things you preached. What happened to me was because I was gay. So, I hope you are mad. Stay mad. Feel the same anger you teach us to have towards ourselves." That post alone lit the internet on fire. But Lil Nas wasn't finished stirring the pot. Last year, he went for full shock value with a new single and music video titled J. Christ. The cover art showed him posed as Jesus nailed to the cross, while the video, written and directed by Lil Nas himself, featured him playing multiple biblical characters. The message was clear. He wasn't just pushing boundaries, he was smashing through them. In the J. Christ video, the imagery only got more shocking. Lil Nas was shown crucified, and for a quick moment, the camera revealed him hanging upside down on an inverted cross. Another scene took it even darker. He appeared as a demon in hell, casually cooking what looked like human body parts before the chaos cut to him playing basketball with Satan himself, all while rocking his infamous shoes. But here's the thing. By this point, even his fans started feeling exhausted. Many were calling him out, saying Lil Nas was clearly rage-baiting Christians just to stay trending, and the outrage formula was starting to look played out. Yet, right after the Jesus video, something seemed to shift in him. Lil Nas actually admitted that this time he might have gone too far, and confessed the backlash had affected him mentally. His own words were, "I know I messed up really bad this time. I can act unbothered all I want, but it's definitely taken a mental toll on me. I'm not some evil demon guy trying to destroy everybody's values and stuff like that. That's not me." He even posted a video on Instagram claiming he wasn't mocking Jesus at all, but using the imagery as a metaphor for his personal comeback. Still, plenty of people didn't buy a word of it. To them, the so-called apology looked like just another calculated stunt to milk headlines. But fast forward to now, and Lil Nas isn't just making viral noise, he's sitting in jail after allegedly punching a police officer. And this time, the vibes feel completely different. Fans aren't calling it clever promo anymore. They're asking if something inside Lil Nas has finally cracked. Right now, fans are completely split on what really went down. Some are calling it straight-up karma, saying, the devil finally came to collect. Others are pushing back, insisting Lil Nas is clearly battling mental health struggles, and it's ridiculous to pin everything on demons, rituals, or industry conspiracies people love to throw at celebs. On X, one person wrote, "Lil Nas X is the perfect example of why you should never play with God or mock him." But the replies told a different story. Another user fired back, "Lil Nas X is a prime example of how mental health in the black community goes unchecked, especially for the black LGBT community. People go hard on him while ignoring the real predators sitting in their own families and neighborhoods." The debates are heated, with every side trying to claim the truth. And that's where it gets tricky, because no matter how you look at it, this situation doesn't feel simple. Is this proof Katt Williams was right all along about industry rituals and humiliation games? Or are people reaching too far, overlooking that Lil Nas might just be a young artist cracking under pressure? Now I want to hear from you. What do you think really happened with Lil Nas? Is this karma, a breakdown, or something way darker behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it.